Guys, it'll come in on you right after the intro.
Welcome to another episode of An Inside Job. I'm Ron, I'm your host. We have Bruce here. We did 1.5 hour show before this, and we're gonna try to do one more. So, hopefully, and I want to thank, again, I always thank LTV now, not LATV, LTV. So, early sobriety, is that where we were?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were I got involved in sobriety in Watertown and Waltham.
Yeah.
I got active, met a bunch of people. They speak about getting a sponsor in the program.
Right.
I had a really good sponsor. We were good friends. Unfortunately, he died during his active years.
Right.
He got HIV. So, and that eventually, even though he was sober, that eventually took him out.
Yeah.
So he was a good friend of mine, Melvin, really nice guy. So, but sort of, I got involved with AA, did the commitments and so forth, went into prisons, speaking the word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just briefly, I want to touch on, we're not promoting AA. That's what they say, do not promote. But
Right.
the people I know, this is how we did it. Do it. And so it just comes into and all the people I have that come in, that's how they got clean and sober. So, so you coming in
Yep.
and getting a sponsor.
Yep.
To mention that a little. What's about getting a sponsor? What is it?
Okay, a sponsor is a person that's been in the program, I will call it, for many years.
Right.
It varies, but it's someone that you pick up that has a lot of knowledge. That's what's going on in the program. So I met this man, Melvin. I heard him speak. He sounded like someone that I wanted to be.
Right.
So I asked him to be my sponsor, and he brought me through early AA, introduced me to meetings, where I got to speak with people, got involved with the fellowship of AA, which is pretty important.
Right.
And so we went to what's called the step meetings together.
Right.
And he introduced me to the steps. So he was a good guy, just a good guy.
How long sober when you guys met?
I was probably sober 8 years. But like I said in the previous show, I didn't come right into AA. I was what's known as dry. I was a dry drunk.
Yeah.
So, and I wound up coming into AA because I was having all these mental issues that I didn't know how to deal with without a drink or a drug.
So you were sober 8 years?
Yeah.
And you would,
Dry.
Dry.
Yeah. I was resisting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you find the difference?
Oh, there's
difference.
a world of a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're so-called dry, you still can't.
And that means
without a drink or a drug.
Right, but not in a program.
Right.
So you were doing it on your own.
Exactly.
And the Squirrels were racing around.
Oh boy.
In the circus.
Oh yeah. They were playing, they were having a ball up there.
Yeah.
So, so when you come into the program, you find out ways to deal with anxiety as best as you can.
Yeah.
I mean, there are also obvious other routes you could go.
Right.
But I was introduced to AA, so I was curious. I got involved, and it did what it said it would do because of my participation. You know, that's key, obviously.
Right.
You can't do AA from a couch at home.
No.
You know, you go out, you get involved in AA,
Yeah.
and you do the suggestions. They
Right.
suggest certain things. It's not, you know, at first I thought it was religious, and that's why I stay
Right.
away.
Right.
You know, I have fear of religion. I was
Yeah.
never involved.
Right.
And I found out that it's more of a spiritual.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, young guys ain't really going to pick up on that, but, you know, well, maybe they will, you know, but you, on your journey, you know, my spiritual, I was, you know, it's pretty intense. So,
How did you remove some of the squirrels when you did get sober?
well, time.
Yeah.
Time. And even though I went those, you know, right around 8 years on a treadmill of
Right.
not removing any of
Right.
that, once I came into AA and I found my sponsor, someone who knows a lot about what's
Right.
going on in me and gives his strength and experience. And when you go to meetings, you hear it from a lot of people.
Right.
So I found out that I wasn't alone with the Squirrels.
Right.
Huge.
Right.
I thought I
Yeah.
wasn't alone, and that was the huge thing.
Right.
And I thought to myself, if that person can get sober,
That's right.
so can I. Why
right.
can't I?
That's right.
You know, and that was my basis right there
Right.
of staying sober.
Right.
You know, so and then the question is, you know, it was just time. By showing up and getting through situations that cause tremendous anxiety and stuff. I had 2 childbirths sober, you know,
Yeah.
talk about anxiety.
Right.
You know, but, and I found out, hey, you know what? Other people go through that.
Right.
You know, other
Right.
people have this, other people
Right.
have that. And they don't pick up a drink or a drug. So, you know, I take their experience and I ask them how they did it, and they reveal to me, and little pieces taken from meetings here and there, and from my sponsor.
Right.
You know?
And most are happy to do that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was Melvin tough?
Oh, yeah. He was, it's funny, you know. He was a wiry little Puerto Rican guy from the Bronx, covered in tattoos. So when I heard him speak, I expected, you know, a bunch of brash, you know, and it was the opposite. This guy talked about serenity.
How long was he sober at that time?
I was probably sober, probably 15 years. Yeah.
That was smart. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Guy with a lot of time makes a difference.
It's weird how
In the
things,
right person.
right, how
Yeah.
things line up.
So you
know?
heard him, and you thought he was a real
He wasn't
tough
right.
guy.
I understand what he's been through, and
Yeah.
where he is now,
Right.
where he was then, you know, and a bunch of garbage just didn't spew out of his mouth.
Right.
A bunch of wisdom, like I
Right.
said, serenity, time experience.
Right.
You know, and that's what I needed to hear. That's what
Yeah.
and so I followed him, and we became friends. We used to watch the Chavez fights a long time ago. He was like the first guy I knew with the widescreen TV. You know, so he was a great guy, and his wife Linda, I believe they're both gone now from the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's tough. But
Right.
we learn in the program that we get through life, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
It's everybody's different.
Right, right.
So was that going to click for you and Melvin, or other people fire their sponsors, and it's
Right.
it's a relationship.
Yes, it
so
is.
you were very fortunate.
Yes, and it is suggested if you don't, get along with your
Right.
sponsor, don't cheat yourself,
Right.
get another one. The sponsor's not going to take it personal,
Right.
or he shouldn't, and
Yeah.
because everyone's not for everyone.
Right,
You know?
right.
No one has the same background that people grew up in, and
Yeah.
if they don't know what you've been through,
Right.
how are they supposed to share
Right.
their experience?
And they are not doctors. They are not bankers.
No.
I've been through it all. Bankers, psychologists, they're a sponsor, but
That's
people.
all. That's all.
It's a tricky thing. It's a tricky thing, and I've sponsored 1 million people.
Right.
And I'm a terrible sponsor. I'm too easy. You know, too easy on them.
Well, maybe you may be not a good one for some of them, but you may be the perfect fit for others.
Yeah.
You just, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You do the best you can. And
Right. How much older was Melvin than you?
We were close to the same age, I would say. Yeah, we were close to the same age. So he came in later, obviously. Well, like I said, I was around 27, so I met him probably around 28, 29, or possibly.
Yeah.
No. I met him probably, towards the mid to late, 27, 28 or so. So he was around the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you still had the squirrels running around in your head.
Yeah.
You were starting to go to AA, a couple of years or something.
Yeah.
And then you met Melvin.
Yeah.
And, well, they used to call them, the sponsees, they'd call them pigeons. I never liked that.
Yeah. Some people don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to be referred to as a pigeon.
No. And I don't know exactly how that came about, if somebody's,
maybe back to the carrier pigeon days.
yeah, or I want to take care of you.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
for a lot of people, it works. A lot of people
Right.
don't even want to hear about it.
Right.
Because
Right.
us as addicts, in my opinion, we don't want to hear anything.
Yeah, we tone to be, we tend to isolate. We don't want to hear nothing. Leave us alone. Blah blah blah. And there's nothing, tougher for a guy to go out and seek this stuff when that's not part of you.
Right.
And being a Yankee too. Up here in the Northeast.
Yeah.
So we deal with our own problems.
Right.
But so I got involved with Melvin, and then we, like I said earlier, we went on commitments. I met a bunch of other people too.
Yeah.
There's all of that down in Waltham and Watertown. Some really good people, really good friends.
So if you were in some kind of predicament in the head, whatever, you could make the calls to Melvin.
Right.
But if Melvin wasn't there, you knew the other people who you call.
Right.
And most will be at your house
Right.
as soon as they can,
Right.
sitting with you.
Right. They tell you when you first come around, get a bunch of phone numbers.
Yeah.
Because when that urge comes up and you don't want to drink, but everything's telling you to drink.
Right.
When something else distracts you, like talking with a friend, like talking with someone that can ease your wants.
Right.
I should say. That's life. That's life-saving. Today, that's a life-saving.
Right.
With all the poor kids running around today, that could save your life.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to call your sponsor before you pick up, not after.
And how often does that happen?
Well, early on,
Yeah.
you're still, like you said, fighting the squirrels. So,
Yeah.
I was calling Melvin easily, 4 times a week.
Yeah.
Not only, because I had trouble,
Right.
but it's just to stay in contact.
Yeah.
That's all. It's just because you find yourself veering away, and you don't want to do that.
Right. And that's when, this is all my opinion, that's when your sponsor can stick a candle, to get you going.
Get you moving.
Yeah.
Because he'll tell you what to do.
Right.
You're feeling,
Right.
pitiful or whatever.
Right.
Go help someone.
Right.
Right. And then obviously that gets yourself out of yourself.
Right.
Go on a
Right.
commitment, as they say.
And-
Spread the word.
And also, he may see, or other people may see, that you're going in the wrong direction.
Exactly.
Example,
Right.
you're not getting enough meetings. All of a sudden, job takes over.
Right.
The kids, the
Yeah.
relationship,
Yep.
everything.
He puts it all in.
Yeah.
Brings it back
Yeah.
down to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's silly things like going to a bar or going to a concert. Should you really do that?
Yeah.
You're involved, the smoke, everything. People don't realize that it's actually life-saving. To take it that seriously.
What do you mean exactly?
Like I call my sponsor and say,
Yeah.
hey, I'm going to a concert.
Okay.
And he goes, do you really need that right
Yeah.
now? I don't
Yeah.
advise that,
Yeah.
you know, because let's face it, a concert, there's drugs, there's alcohol, there's everything.
Yeah.
You know, later on in life, you know, maybe you can do those things. I do those things.
Yeah.
I don't have the urge as strong as I once did.
Yeah.
You know, that some people will frown upon that, and some people, but like you said earlier, we're all individual, you know.
Yeah. When I was in the halfway house up in Gardner, Pathway House, of course, nobody's going to tell me what to do. I love sobriety. I love being sober, but nobody was going to tell me I couldn't do this or that. So I was probably sober, let's say, 5 months, and I went down to a bar and just sat in the back, not drinking.
Yeah.
And I said, what am I doing here?
Exactly.
You know, and then watching these people, what am I doing?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, I stay away.
No, that's flirting with disaster.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
flirting with disaster.
One junkie told me, too close to the cooker.
Yes.
Too close to the cooker. You know, you gotta, to me,
yeah.
you stay away. You just stay away.
Yeah. Or the old cliche, you hang around a barber shop,
Right.
you're going to get a haircut.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that's an old one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you
It's
know,
true.
I came in at 88, you know.
Yeah.
Back then it was a lot of, it's different from it is now.
Yeah.
You know. So but I met a lot of good people, a lot of good people. A lot of them are still around, and you know what? Some of them didn't stay in the program, and some of them are now deceased.
Yeah.
You know. So that's what I mean about the seriousness.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you're invincible. You know, nothing can hurt me.
Right.
And you're hearing today how many have fallen every day. It's
It
awful.
was 196 a day in this country.
Crazy.
And the money, just the money part of this that you're paying and I'm paying is over $1 trillion a year now.
Right. Unbelievable.
$1 trillion a year.
Unbelievable.
It's broken. It's completely broken. And I say that again. It's broken.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to figure out how to make this work.
And you know, in the meantime, that's when you and I come into play.
Right.
And we try to do it right in the trenches.
Right. In the trenches.
Right, right.
And as alcoholics.
Yes, yes.
Thus, an inside job. That's the show.
Right.
An inside job.
Right.
I didn't want to be counseled. You know, I've seen a lot of shrinks and they weren't in the program, but certainly early on, I didn't want to talk to anybody but another alcoholic or addict.
Right.
If they're going to tell me something, you got to know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Exactly. You don't have a carpenter do your electrician, your electrical work. You know.
Yeah.
You know. You don't have a roofer do your teeth. You want someone that's been there, down the pike.
You got a lot of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And there's a million of them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of construction workers.
Yeah, and a lot of cliches in the,
yeah.
in the program.
Yeah.
How has your life changed
Oh my God.
since you came in?
Well, you know, just they speak about material things or whatever. You know, I was able to buy a house. You know, there's a kid that came out of the projects.
Right.
I never thought, you know, and other people have done that fine.
Yeah.
You know, I say the projects just for myself.
Yeah.
Because I was always less than growing up in the projects. I was always less than. The kids, you don't stay away from the project kids. You know, but anyways, to be able to buy a house, to be able to get married, to be able to be sober with 2 kids come into this world.
Who never saw you drunk?
No. And I guided them, you know, as best as I could.
Yeah.
You know, we put them through college.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. My son's going back. My daughter, you know, went to a prestigious art school in Manhattan for crying out loud. So it's still paying the bills for that. But, But, you know, if I put me in those situations when I first came into, I'd be in a straitjacket, you know?
Right.
I wouldn't be able to handle that. And that's just the truth.
Right.
You know? I would have a tough time handling all of that. So when I came into the program, you know, it just helps out dramatically. It's not only keeping me sober, but, you know, it's keeping me away from a drink and a drug. you know.
Right.
So that's the name of the game.
Yeah, I've only known you for a couple of months now, but I thought you'd be great on the show, and you are, but
I
you're there every
appreciate it.
day.
Yeah.
Every day at that meeting in Fitchburg.
Yeah.
I don't hang around. How long have you been going to that meeting?
Probably close to 3 years. Sure. I covered, like I said, I had a slip. I got away from AA.
Yeah.
And I wound up taking Vicodin and liking them. The doctor prescribes them, and, I didn't listen to the doctor. So I did what, I wanted to do. And that's when I came back to AA, and that's when I say I'm grateful for that slip that I had, because it got me back into AA, back into a bunch of friends, back into a bunch of people that I now love, like and love. And
it was tough coming back. It must have been tough.
Oh, after 25 years, pride, humiliation. But I thank God that I did have that, because I knew what it was like. And strangely enough, I'm the farthest thing from a martyr, but I knew that what I did, I could help someone else right now during these times with the opioids and all that. Even though I'm a drunk, now I've crossed the line. I guess I'm an addict. It's a disease of more. Whatever takes you out of the situation. So, and I came back and I had to admit what I did, because
that takes a lot.
Oh, well, again, I thank the previous AA, because I learned the truth, sets you free from a lot of the stuff upstairs. How could you carry that baggage around? How could you say you're going to meetings when you're not truly sober? So I had to do that. So I had to come back into AA, not only to admit for myself, but obviously if someone else is going through the same predicament and they're asking themselves, what do I do in this situation? Well, there's this guy that did it.
That's what healed me.
Right.
We were talking about, I loathed myself. And it took a long time, because I caused a lot of damage.
Yeah, we don't realize what we do, outside of ourselves, I mean. A lot of families get hurt pretty deep.
When you went back out, how long did you stay out?
Not long, about 2 years. Nothing fantastic happened.
No.
Well, I was taking them because of my neck.
I
I
understand.
had surgery. So, but then again, I wasn't taking them prescribed. And obviously I wanted more, and I called the doctor for more. Right. And then I had to realize that, I wasn't taking them correct. Nobody knew. I didn't really know anybody in this area, but I knew. And it was killing me. My family was walking around on eggshells and stuff, and don't upset Dad and all this stuff. So I mean,
so what was the two years like when you went out? Did it get worse or
No. It was pretty. I didn't drink. I still haven't drank. I haven't touched alcohol since 1988. But like I said, I was involved. I would ask for Vicodin, and then I'd say that's not working. And they give me the oxycodone. And I'm grateful today that nobody, because when I was coming off that, I just came off by myself, and I'm so grateful that no one offered me, heroin or anything like that, because I might have grabbed it. And to say where I am today, I wouldn't. It's a scary thought.
So they did start giving you oxys and perks.
Oh yeah. Everything. And in quantities of 90, and they'd be gone in less than 2 weeks. So, and then I'd shake, rattle, and roll for 2 weeks. And go to CVS like it was Christmas Day. The day of the day of my prescription. And I knew that couldn't continue.
So you did it yourself. You came off the drugs yourself. It must have been fun.
No, it was horrible. Anybody who knows, it's like, it was awful. It was like you get that restless leg syndrome, but it's all through your body. I'd be 2 or 3 nights just walking the floor, trying to. It's just awful. It's just awful.
I watched my son go through it. He did it a lot of times before, and endlessly. He had hurt his back, And once he got a taste of that
Right.
stuff,
Right.
man, and he's an addict and
Yeah.
off and running, took him to some bad places.
Yeah.
He's clean.
I
now.
hear a lot of that today about the people getting the prescription drugs, and I don't know who to blame there or whatever. You know, it's just, you know, it's weird. What do they give you for pain? What do they give you for surgery?
Right.
You know, you need something.
Right.
But then, you know, it's afterwards, and how do you tell each individual what they need?
Right.
It's up to the individual to tell your doctor,
Yeah.
and that's when, you know, give me
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
And
We both said we don't like pain.
right. Oh yeah, I'm a wimp.
Yeah.
I'm a wimp.
Yeah, we're talking about my cold, but
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
So I've been back close to 4 years now. June 1st.
All right.
June 1st of this year will
Right.
be 4 years.
But certainly that 25 years, it's not like that ever happened. Some people don't look at it that way.
Right,
That's
right.
wisdom.
Right.
Wisdom. 25 years of wisdom
Right.
that you are available to let other people know. You chaired the meeting the other day
Yeah, right.
and you spilled it.
Right.
And
This year would have been 30 years, but you know what? They say it a lot, it's a day at a time, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, if I got up at 8 o'clock this morning, you got up at 7:30, you got more time than me today.
yeah.
You know, so.
Were you with Melvin still?
No,
Or
no, no.
He
no.
had gone.
Yeah, he was gone
Yeah.
a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a new sponsor today.
You do?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
So-
Good. We were talking about going from one meeting to another one. Is that Jack? Oh. That it, Jack?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we won't do another show, but I want to get you back because it was really good.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
And again, I thank you for coming down.
I appreciate
and,
it.
You are going to be a star.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah?
So there's a
Yeah,
there's a
go up
limo
to-
out front.
Yeah, up to Ashby.
Yeah.
And,
We don't see many limos in Ashby.
old Yankees.
Yeah.
Old,
Tractors.
yeah.